quickly bring in some of the other panelists as well. Salem Dhanidharan, the point being made over here, the government says that we are trying to reform whatever was required, and it is a fact. Even, for instance, Gaurav Gogoi said, yes, there is need for reform. Nobody will deny that there is a need for reform. But the point being made over here is that there's a lot of propaganda that is being spread, says the government, which is not factually true.
See, BJP saying that this is to benefit Muslims is like the hungry tiger telling its prey that to the deer that I've come to help you. Right? BJP does not even have a single member of parliament who's of minority origin.
Let's temper our language, please. Yeah.
Right. No, see, I'm saying BJP does not even have a single member of parliament who's a Muslim. The minority of his minister is also not a Muslim. But that's not the point. But the point is, we don't have trust in BJP to do anything good for anybody. In fact, the temple lands in Gujarat was given by the Gujarat BJP government to build malls. And then VHP has to go to the High Court, Gujarat High Court, to get that back. Right? So basically, this will now start with Muslims, but eventually it will come to us that they want to take our lands back. Basically, this is about property rights, infringing property rights. What is a Waqf? Waqf is nothing but Muslim people of Muslim faith will donate land to God, which will be used by the Waqf Board for religious purposes, just also charitable purposes. They've been running schools, colleges. But now
that is the whole point. That has been actually misused. There are several places where it has been misused. And for your information, Mr. Rijiju happens to be a minority. He's not a Muslim. He's a Buddhist. And that is mentioned also in the debate. If you had heard the debate, you would have known that, Salem Dhanidharan. The point being made over here, and listen to my question, that if in Bodh Gaya, there can be non-Buddhists who are part of the board. If in Amarnath, there can be non-Hindus who are part of the Amarnath Shrine Board. And there are several such other examples that I can give you. Then what is the issue if there are some non-Muslims, if non-Muslims are also affected by the decision of the Waqf Board?
See, firstly, that's what I'm saying. In Tamil Nadu, if you look, in Waqf Board, only Muslims are members. There's a CEO of the Tamil Nadu Waqf Board who's an IAS officer, but a Muslim. Also, in the Hindu board, which manages temples, Hindu charitable board, endowment board. So we don't have people of other faith. So why do you infringe? It's a secular country, right? DMK as a government is for all faith, people for belonging to all caste, all creed, gender. That's all we stand for. Right, it can't be mutually exclusive that you are for one religion and you can't be for other religion.
No, but that's the whole point. The division commissioner or the DC will look into all of these acts and he will act as the commissioner, as what was stated by the Home Minister inside the House. Dr. Rangaathan, I want Dr. Rangaathan to comment on this. Dr. Rangaathan, this is something that is being done forcibly, that, there are certain religious minorities that are being targeted. That appears to be the sum and substance. And of course, Salem Dhanidharan says, I don't trust anything that the BJP does.
Good evening, Madhav, and good evening to my fellow panelists. I'm going to speak purely, as I always love to do, on first principles, and I'm going to make 3 points here. Number one, the fact of the matter is that I'm afraid we are missing the woods for the trees. Our government, supposedly a secular government, I'm talking from independence onwards, it has absolutely no business dictating what a board should be, what a religious board should be, what its constitution should be. The point of the matter is that it does across religions. Now that is absolutely wrong in a secular state. So I am with anyone, especially the Muslims here or even Salem, my friend, who says there is no business of the government to dictate what should be the composition of the board, how should the board act. Now, number two, I have nothing against the Waqf Board, as I said, because there are thousands of boards and NGOs and charities that exist, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Isai, whatever it may be. The problem is the act that is empowering the board to take extrajudicial steps and decisions. It is a parallel government that is being run because of the act. Now, this act is not there for Hindus. That is the problem. Let me give you one example, and it will be very clear. Now, tomorrow, let us say the government empowers and makes a Waqf equivalent act for Hindus. Let's call it Sanatan Act. And there is a Hindu board that claims Jama Masjid on Sanatan land. After all, every mosque in this country is on Sanatan land, right? Now, the Muslims are aggrieved. They will say, we disagree with this. Now, in a normal circumstances, in a civilized country that upholds equality of law, the Muslims would directly approach a court. But because of the act, the Muslims have to approach a Sanatan tribunal, which is what the Hindus that are aggrieved because of the Waqf Board decisions are having to do.
Right.
This is completely illegal, unconstitutional, and unfair and unequal distribution of what claims to be justice. That's point number 2. The point number 3 is all the rumors that are being spread, everything that it's anti-Muslim, this, that. The problem is it has cornered BJP into concentrating on the fact that they are saying the Waqf Amendment Act is not anti-Muslim. The point is it is anti-Hindu, anti-minority, anti-non-Muslim, I mean to say. Secondly, a lot of amendments have not touched a lot of draconian clauses. For example, out of the 870,000 Waqf properties that have a survey to be conducted, the state has to pay for it. That clause still remains. Now, please tell me, what business is it? Or in fact, it is violative of a constitutional article. The state cannot pay income, people who are paying taxes, their money to be used for religious purposes.
Okay, you've covered a lot of ground. Dr. Rangaathan, you've covered a lot of ground. I want to bring in the BJP spokesperson because you're saying that this is not a bill that is in any way anti-Muslim, it is anti-non-minorities. Respond to that, Shahzad.
First of all, and I have great regard for Anand, but I hope he will be as patient as I was with him. He said he believes in first principles, and he started off by saying that the government should have no right to interfere in religious boards like the Waqf Board. Anand Rangaathan, there are more than 5 cases I have in my hand where it has been said categorically that Waqf Board is not a religious body. So please, your first principles are wrong, Anand. Just because you're emotional about an issue doesn't mean you're legally right. And you're a great scientist doesn't make you a great lawyer. So please get your facts right. Waqfs are not religious boards. Don't interrupt, sir. Please hear the truth. And I believe on this matter, the judges of the High Court and the Supreme Court are well above you, sir. Even though you have great understanding of the law, they are above you. So therefore, they have come to a conclusion that Waqf are not a religious board. Sir, Anand, you have to be tolerant. Anand, you have to...
One by one.
Anand, I did not interrupt you.
But Anand, just 1 second. Dr. Rangaathan,
okay, let me quote for you. Syed Fazal Pukia Thangal versus Union of India. Waqf Board is a statutory body, pure and simple, not a representative body of Muslims.
Kerala High
I can
Court.
go on and
Kerala
on.
High Court.
Exactly.
Yes, go ahead.
So firstly, your first principles are wrong, Anand. It's a government it's a statutory creation, and the government has every right to talk about the administration of Waqfs, which is not a religious issue. Point number 2. Now you have said that a parallel government system, that's exactly the point we're trying to say. Till 2013 amendment was brought, it was still okay, but after 2013 amendment, a new parallel system where Waqfs became a law unto themselves due to vote bank politics has been created. Waqf by user, for instance. What is Waqf by user? It is not even an Islamic concept, and therefore we have corrected that historical wrong by doing away all this and ensuring that the principles on which any property is managed, charitable property, are by and large the same for every. Now in Hindus, just 10 seconds more. In Hindus there is no concept of Waqf. In Islam there is a concept of Waqf, but the management of the Waqf properties, because the Waqif is different, the Mutawalli is just a manager. He cannot be above the constitution.
Third, it's for better management and regulation, right?
Just third.
Quickly,
in the tribunals point. First, again, Anand, tribunals are creation of the constitution, and there is very well established law that tribunals can be there for...
There are many who have not even spoken.
But in this tribunal, the Islamic representative has been removed and the judge has been put. So it is as good as a civil court.
Dr. Rangaathan now.